Good evening, everyone. Notice of the time, date, location, and agenda of this meeting, to the extent then known, was provided at least 48 hours prior to the commencement of this meeting in the following manner, pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 231 of the law of 1975, by posting such notice on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by email notification generated by IQM2 to the offices of the Independent Press, Bloomfield Life, Star Ledger, Patch, Bristonet, and Tap into Bloomfield. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
to the
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty
and justice for all.
all. Louise, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Mundell,
Here.
Councilman Joanna,
Here.
Councilwoman Cruz,
Here.
Councilwoman Davis,
Here.
Councilman Gamble,
Here.
Councilman Rockwell,
Here.
Mayor Venezia,
Here.
all present.
Louise, do we have any communications?
Yes, Mayor, we do. The first and the second are by the same resident, Susan Nucci. The first one from July 30th says, I am a homeowner in Bloomfield for over 50 years. I am strongly against the sale of marijuana and would like to see it banned in Bloomfield, as several New Jersey towns have done. Yesterday, I received a copy of an email that she sent to you and Councilman Joanna, reiterating, I am firmly against any kind of marijuana establishments in our town, recreational or otherwise. And each of these emails does continue into more detail. On Tuesday, August 3rd, we received an email from Laura Jenna, Genna. She's a Bloomfield resident. She says, I am all for allowing businesses to sell recreational marijuana in Bloomfield. And she does go into specific reasons. And then she says Bloomfield should prioritize Black-owned business and businesses run by other groups that have been adversely affected by the so-called war on drugs. Then we received one just a little while ago, Crystal Page. Today, she has 4 questions that she would like to pose to the council. Will the Township of Bloomfield permit social equity applicants? What percentage of applicants will be reserved for social equity applicants? Number 2, is there a zoning map available for public review for Class 5 cannabis retail establishments? Number 3, have the respective neighborhoods and communities been informed that they reside in a permitted zone for a cannabis establishment? Number 4, what is the process for Class 5 cannabis retailers to gain permission from the Township of Bloomfield to establish certificate of occupancy? And lastly, she put in here as a question, what does that process look like and how long does it take? And the last piece of correspondence is not from a resident, but from the city of East Orange, announcing that they're having a public hearing on their cannabis ordinance on August 20th, 2021 at 12 noon at 44 City Hall Plaza, regarding the revision to their city zoning ordinance by legalizing and regulating the sale of cannabis and cannabis-related products within the city of East Orange. That's all, Mayor.
Okay. Do we have anybody on the line?
Hello, is there anyone on the line? Hold on one second. Yes, Mayor. Okay, if you could state your name, address, and then you have 5 minutes to speak.
Yes, I just want to make sure that am I coming through clear for you all?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, okay, good. My name is Hugh Giordano, 57 Argyle Avenue, Blackwood, New Jersey. I'm here today as a representative for the United Food and Commercial Workers Union, UFCW. The United Food and Commercial Workers Union is a national labor union of 1.3 million hardworking families, and we're the official labor union that represents cannabis workers from seed to sale. both medical and adult use under the guise of the AFL-CIO. I'm here today to say that we support any form of industry, specifically this cannabis. Cannabis creates living wage jobs. S21, the adult use bill, makes it very clear that labor standards are important here in New Jersey. In fact, Virginia and Connecticut, which just passed adult use, took our labor language and used it in their state as well, as to provide real equity in workers' rights, because social equity and workers' rights are the same thing. We currently represent medical facilities here in New Jersey. Those jobs come with a living wage, healthcare, sick time, vacation, dental, retirement, and other union benefits that create a strong middle class. These jobs are also very educated, from seed to sale. And even though you're not allowing the whole industry at this moment, I'm glad you're allowing something so you can see the professionalism of these workers. Most of these workers have degrees in botany, horticulture, chemistry. Even pharmacists currently work in the medical facilities that we represent here in New Jersey. So it creates an educated middle class that will move in and pay taxes and be part of the community to raise their children and their families and everything in between. One of the things I want to suggest, because I think it's important for every town, city, and borough to get this and understand this, is that these facilities that are going to be ran specifically in the adult use market are not little mom and pop shops. Even though there is language for micro licenses, there's going to be many that come in that are multinational companies out of Canada that are spreading into South America and Europe as we speak. These are not mom and pop shops. So in protecting your working class citizens and patients, I would suggest a merit-based application system, something to the effect, the city of Bayonne passed it 3.5 months ago, which looks at labor standards. If they fought workers' rights in Illinois, they're going to fight workers' rights here in New Jersey. Environmental standards. If they polluted in the city or town in Colorado, they're going to do it here in New Jersey as well. Local ownership, security standards, things that matter. And I hope that you'll follow the leadership of Bayonne. Also, Bass River passed a merit-based system. Montclair passed a merit-based system. Eatontown is in the process of passing a merit-based system. And it all stems from the Bayonne ordinance. So I would really suggest that. And if you're looking, also I would like to offer a tour of the Garden State facility in Woodbridge, which is seed to sale. So you can see the whole process for yourself. And then you can decide to expand in the future possibly. Once again, on behalf of the UFCW, on behalf of the AFL-CIO, we hope that you'll consider that a merit-based system, and we thank you very much for allowing some of the industry already. Thank you.
Hugh, thank you. We, as you know, we're on a time crunch, but we could go back and add in the merit-based. It's something that we've discussed as a council.
This is Joe Tucci, 134 Denver
Right.
Avenue.
Sorry. Just a second, Mayor.
Sure.
Okay.
Just keep getting this off.
Yes, next, Louise.
Hi, Joe.
1 second.
Hi,
we'll call
Joe.
you.
If you could hold on for just 1 second, the mayor's just finishing up talking to
Sure.
another speaker.
That's
Thank you.
fine. I'm patient.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Next, Louise. Hugh, we'll get in touch with you from the UFCW. We'll set up a meeting. Next, Louise.
What's his name?
Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could just state your name and address again, then you have 5 minutes to speak. Starting now.
Okay. Hey, this is Joe Nucci. I live at 134 Denver Avenue in Bloomfield, and I'm a 50-year resident of the town. Hello?
Hi, Joe. You can continue. I'm not sure if someone on the phone is watching the meeting. They might want to just mute for a second. It's echoing. But go ahead.
Sure. I'm watching.
Okay, go ahead.
You ready for me?
Yes.
Hey, yes, in regard to this cannabis thing, first of all, let me tell you, I'm totally against it. I just don't think it's a good thing. I'm concerned about the kids, their access, and I've never known them to just
process to be helpful to any town, except for maybe revenue and taxes. I hope that's not the issue at all with you guys. So, and I also would like to say that it was very poorly communicated that this was going to happen, because we found out, we did at a very late note, and it seems like we're trying to get railroaded through rather than discuss. Are we going to have an opportunity to vote on this thing? That's why. Yeah.
The
Somebody wants to
voters,
answer
the
that.
voters,
Appreciate it. If not, I'll wait for your answer.
the voters of Bloomfield voted, I believe it was 74% in favor of recreational marijuana. So we're
A
doing,
referendum or a vote?
what we're doing tonight is allowing for the sale of recreational marijuana in the township for
I understand
people to
that.
open businesses.
I understand that. I don't recall voting for this thing, and you know, I really don't. And the
It was on the ballot this past November.
of the population. Hello.
Yeah, it was on the ballot for this past November.
It was on the ballot, but was that a vote or was it a referendum? That's what I'm asking.
It was a referendum for the state of New Jersey, and Bloomfield, as a township, approved it with 74% of the vote.
Okay, let me try this again then. Excuse my ignorance. Is a referendum the same, voting for a referendum the same as making an official vote, or is it just an opinion poll at that time?
So it is a vote to allow it statewide. Then the state legislator passed a legislation creating this. Now, us as a township have until August, I believe, 21st or 22nd to formalize it and decide whether we're going to allow it and how to create our zoning laws to protect residents. And that's what we're doing here tonight.
Okay, well, I understand that, but I still think that if August 21st or 20th is a very short time. I understand if you guys do nothing, it automatically goes through. And if that's the case, I'd be very disappointed that if you just did nothing and let it go through, because I'm against it. I'm sorry. I thank you for your time. If you want to answer that, I appreciate you listening to me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else on the phone?
No, Mayor, no one else on the telephone.
Okay. And just some of the questions that were communicated, as far as the township is creating what is called, well, the state created and the township is formalizing it. It's 3 micro licenses, which allows for small businesses to be created throughout the township. And that is, so we're allowing a total of 6 licenses, but 3 of them are going to be micro licenses, which the state considers the social equity licenses. And we're allowing 3 of them. So that is a significant amount. And then we can always go back in the future if we see a huge interest and change that. So that is just something that we're doing. So up, hearing upon adoption or amendment of proposed ordinances on second reading. Amendment to chapter 315 law development of the township code permitting class 5 cannabis retail establishments as conditional uses in the central business district and the B2 neighborhood business district. Can I get somebody to move this?
I'd like to move it, Mayor.
Moved by Councilwoman Cruz. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Gamble. Do I have any questions or comments from members of the public?
Anyone still on the call?
No, Mayor.
Do I have any questions or comments from members of the council? Louise, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Mundell,
Yes.
Councilman Joanna,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cruz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Gamble,
Yes.
Councilman Rockwell,
Yes.
Mayor Venezia.
Yes. Do I have any other questions or comments from members of the council?
Mayor, if it's okay, we just want to mention we have some community meetings coming up in September.
Yes,
And
we're gonna have a community meeting in September. The date is not finalized yet. We have, we're working around a couple of holidays and the start of school and Labor Day, but we should have that out by the end of the week for a community meeting on cannabis and the recreational sale of cannabis throughout the township of Bloomfield.
thank you.
Can I have a motion to go into closed session? And we will not be returning to open session.
Motion.
Second.
Second, Councilman Joanna, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Meeting adjourned.